do for now. Do that. Right. Happy Tuesday, everyone. How are you doing? I've got the day off, so we've got a day stream today. Let's see how this goes. I did get most of my... I did one of them actual screens for showing you, the stream starting thing, because sitting watching me do it, just do the usual startups, probably not that interesting to people. So anyway, right. Okay, so not streamed for a few days, probably getting on for a week actually. Just make sure my mic's okay. Doing. So well, let's sit down. Sit down. So I've been stood up this morning, so I can sit down for a bit. Just have to reposition everything there. But okay, we're back. Yeah. So still been playing. Just not had the time to stream. And there was a few things that I wanted to kind of do off stream. So some PvE practicing, I guess you'd call it. We'll do some of that today. We'll do some PvE. I also want to test out the new missions that they've put in, the industrial missions. They've dangled some carrots, thorium-shaped carrots, for people to do them. So I'm guessing I've got thorium, but I guess they really want people to go test them out, and I've not had a chance up until now, so we'll do that because I think it'd be good for everyone to have a little look-see and see what Void's been up to. For anyone not familiar, Void Runner is one of the he's the sort of main mod dude here. He's done all the cool PvE mods and stuff, so yep, he's been giving the industrial side a bit of loving, so I think it's only fair we check that out and have a look at it. Base is still a mess. We actually had people around yesterday. I believe we had shout out to Landmark Explorer. He came and visited yesterday on his stream, and it was coming. And I've still got stuff flying everywhere. So I did watch it back. It was very funny. So if you do know him, it's probably a little early in the morning for him to be watching now. But yeah, appreciate the visit and thanks for dropping by. That was really cool. I was laughing though because they were looking at the scanner and the scanner ship I built. I'll just show you quickly. Over here. So they were looking for exotics because they were like, "Oh, why is there all this industry here?" Because you can just buy everything on the island, which is true, but not for long. They are changing that here soon. So, and then also, I'm just an industry nerd. I just like the industry side of the game. I find it relaxing to work on sometimes. Yeah, but they were on here. They're on this ship. I think they were checking out. They're like, oh, they've got industry on it. And the guy's like, oh, the elevator just takes you to the back of the ship. So he was just doing this on the elevator. I don't think he realised it was for accessing the territory scanners. But I was having a good giggle. Morning, Braveheart. And the other thing they were checking out, they were looking at the mods on. Oh, it's not here actually. I used it last night. How are we doing, Braveheart? You okay? They were looking at the scanning ship and they were noticing a red box because I'm assuming they didn't have the mod manager installed. So if you don't have the mod manager installed, any new elements that have been added in, such as this thing, will just appear as a little red box. So yeah, they were looking at that. So it was cool. It was really cool to see them come by and have a look at the base. If they do ever watch this back, this was Landmark Explorer. He was a streamer. He was here yesterday. I saw his VOD. But yeah, this is where my exotics are getting made. I've color coded it, so I have purple. Everything along here is purple. Will be making exotic parts for Outer Metalworks. And on that side's the electronics. This is my shelving for the 3D printers because I haven't figured out what I want to do with them yet. And then I've got all my product stuff here, and my glass and chemical factories because I've got no idea what I want to do with them yet. But I will eventually. There will be a method to it, and they'll be labelled similarly. The idea is I was going for like a bit of a motherboard look, you know, just like buses running down, like a stuff running down the factory. That was my idea, and it organised. It was purely for functional purposes, and then for each tier you've got your basic, uncommon, advanced, rare, and then finally here you've got exotics. So yeah, that was it. It isn't intuitive though, I'm sure. Right, lots of coffee needed this morning. Right, so the first thing I want to do, so we finished the L Core, by the way. This is the final form of what I'd say is the advanced version. And I say advanced because it's using like advanced component tier 3 engines, tier 3 voxel. You know, it's kind of like I think I costed it more in Debian, and it came to about 40 odd million, 45 or something like that for the assuming bot prices for all. So nice, cheap and cheerful, really, for how much money you can make doing PvE missions. You'll make that back. You'd make that back in no time. So that was the idea. I wanted something cheap to get me going. It's a little on the slow slide for me though, but I guess it is a bit of a brawler though. It's got about 60 million CCS and about 9 Gs, and max speed is about just under 22k. So so I'm okay with it, like, you know, to get me going. I think I'm quite happy with the way it looks. The only thing I'm not happy about at the moment is I've embedded radars in voxel, and yeah, it was kind of an afterthought, and they just look a little bit out of shape. So I'm kind of just keeping them there like that, just a bit inconspicuous at the bottom. But I unfortunately do notice it a bit more than I like. Anyway, so this is the tier 3 version, right? It's called the Mark II because the Mark 1 didn't have the embedded radars. However, actually, it's made out of tier 3 stuff. So I want to do a tier 4 version. So what that means is replacing the voxel with tier 4, and tier 4 voxel, and replacing the engines with tier 4 engines. So I have been cooking up the necessary voxel for that, which is from my voxel choice on this is Mirage and Steel and SCA, scandium and aluminium product voxel. So we'll get those in, and we'll drop this. the other thing as well is I noticed it looked a little bit like, I don't know if you agree with this, but it reminded me, not intent. I didn't do this intentionally, by the way. When I start building stuff out, I just add elements down and then start voxeling over it. I don't have any, and then try to make it look as not as boxy as possible. Anyway, it reminded me a little bit of the Cardassian ships in Star Trek, particularly around the Next Generation, Voyager, and DS9 sort of genre, era, I guess you'd say. And so I thought I needed a yellow version just to see what it'll look like. So it's not fully yellow, but I've gone with what I think might work. We'll see how this looks. I don't know. It could look like a pile of vomit, you know, at the end of the day. We'll have to see. Oh dear. Right, let's get this bad boy dropped. Say bad boy, it's fat boy. I like. Right, glossy Inconel. So we're replacing the Inconel with painted Mauritian steel, and we're replacing the carbon fiber with matte dark yellow plastic cold. We're replacing the Inconel again with painted orange Mauritian steel. And then we've got the black AI LI panel. I'm staying with the black panel for like the armored bit. And then the luminescent glass we're going to change to yellow. Luminescent yellow. Now I'm just super nervous about doing this because it's just a big. If it doesn't work, I guess I can just dismantle it quite quickly. Actually, right, let's do it. It's gonna be interesting. Oh. Right. Okay. It's the orange bits I want to see. Oh god. Yeah. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's not horrific. It's not as horrific as I thought it was going to be. It might grow on me. So I was thinking. So this is the where the weapons are. So I don't know if I can just look. What might be? I had an idea on this, but it's going to be really hard to do on a slant because I mean, it'd be really hard to do. It's not terrible. Yeah, we'll go with it's not terrible. You're right, Devian. So on the slant, what I was thinking. Let me bring up the web browser 1 second. See if I can find one. Oh, it's blue on that one. Anyway, that looks totally different to what I was. Here we go. This is what I was after. Right. Let me bring up the web browser. Mustard roach. Right. I'll just. So you see this thing here, where like the phasers fire out of the ship. I always like that on the Cardassian ships. So I could maybe like see if I can get a better picture of it. So maybe something like that. Could do something like that on these pods. But it's on a slant, so it's gonna be a bit awkward. But it's something, you know, it's a project I can work on all the time, providing I keep one of these alive. So, alright, let's go back to DU. So that's our voxel in. So actually, let's check it out. 62 mils CCS still? Doesn't seem right. Because that's what the other one has. So it's only increased it by like hardly any. I mean, that doesn't seem right. Let's have a look here. 62.6. Yeah, that's not right, surely. Surely. 1 second. Oh, this is going to be interesting because I've not done the interior. So this is made out of well, vomit. This is Mirage and Steel. Yeah. This looks like a 70s acid trip or something, you know. Is it faster? It will be when I put rare engines on it. The reason for that is rare saves. This is what I like about the saves. I just need a fucking lava lamp in here, don't you? God, I can't even stand in here. It's so bad. But the rare engines get like a little buff to everything. So as well as the actual thrust, they also get a little bit of reduced weight, so it'll help in that area as well. I am actually thinking the most efficient use for speed though is going to be a combination of other engines, because they're kind of, and I think it said this on the patch notes, they're kind of, you know, a jack of all trades but master of none, you know. So don't like that. Does the other ship have that? Or is that just a printing error? Oh yeah, I added these elevators as well, which should just make getting in and out of the ship a bit easier. I need to check at the back here. Oh yeah, it does. I haven't done the interior bit, but that is. I guess it doesn't matter too much actually. It doesn't. Yeah, it's not. There is still armor where it matters. So yeah, that was possibly my thinking there. But yeah, I do need to work on the interior. But I just wanted to check out what the stats were. So let's have a look, shall we? So still showing 62.6 million CCS. Because it's still showing Incanal and ALLI honeycomb. I don't know whether that's a build mode error, whether I need to relog or something. This is definitely Scal. Let's sit in the seat and see what that says. Oh, yeah, shit. I need to go boost it 1 second, get my alt. I'll just not stand in the vomit cockpit while I do that. This won't take long. He's close by. Okay, so I should be able to sit in it now. Okay, the weapons and radar. Okay.
Delta V low.
Yeah, still showing 62.6 million CCS. Oh, that's rubbish. Maybe I need to No, it's showing on my alt as well. Maybe relogging. I'll try relogging. Yeah. Because that will be annoying, because basically if it somehow inherits the original CCS from the original recipe, then it means you can't. Switching out the voxel means basically you're going to have to go through and literally switch it out. So I just poured myself another coffee. This might be too hot actually. Yeah, that's fucking like that's like drinking molten lava. That give that a minute to cool down. Okay, let's just end the build mode. Oh, crash. Dear. That's not a good start. So I will look at the indie missions, but I just want to play around with this a bit. We need to swap the engines. That I want to see the updated CCS statistics, because in theory it should have much better CCS, and then also we need to get the engines on it. So. Right. Let's try sitting in it first. Still showing 62.6 million. That is frustrating. See, I don't know what the admins can do as well really about that, because it's probably more of a bug within DU itself. So I'm trying to think whether it's worth pissing around with the engines now. Just looking at it still. I think. See, it's frustrating because this black skull panel. I went with this because, like, there is yellow skull, but oh my god, it is grim. I mean, let's look at it. Let's do this, right? Oh, in fact, I wonder if changing the voxel on it will somehow, like, you know, cause it to wake up and realize its true potential. So what does that look like? So it's like that, you know. Get it out. Let me see if I covered the whole thing. It just doesn't seem right. I mean, the reason I go for the black panel is because you can't really notice the markings as much, but it's so obvious on the other ones. I'll skip my parents. Yep. Okay, I just quickly. Well, did that do anything to the CCS? 64. There we go. Now, interesting, it's got even more confused. It has registered the scal. but it still thinks it's primarily made up of Inconel and ALLI. Why did it do that? Oh, these need different action. I'm starting to see all little things of it now as well. They're probably on the original. I need to go and sort out. Okay. So modifying the voxel did have some effect. It seemed to wake it up a bit, but the other thing, what's the maintenance unit think about it? Let's just try repairing it. We'll probably have to relog here actually, because sometimes when you repair a ship it just disappears. Oh no. Okay, it's just back. No, it's still confused. It's not. Definitely still on scale, aren't we? And the core is definitely made out of Mirage and steel. Yeah, there's no Inconel here. Step through the layers. So the other thing I could do, and I'm not bothered about doing this. Actually, let me just check something. If I construct advanced, create core blue, I'm just trying to have as much interaction with it as possible, because then it might, you know, trigger it to refresh. But I think what I could do is potentially delete half the ship and then re-add the other half. Yeah, interestingly, if I take a blueprint of it, it still thinks it's got like a shit ton of the old voxel. Okay, so this might work. I mean, it's. I'm going to be lazy. I've got the Mark II blueprint and all that if I need to, in case I do lose this here. I've got link container yet. So we're just literally going to yeet half the ship. If you're working on a design that's like you don't have a copy of it and stuff like that, or you make sure if you're using this much of the selection tool, make sure you are you persist it somewhere so you have a blueprint or something before you do something like this, because it can be unreliable if you have a glitch, or it refuses to move this much voxel. So it's all based on your connection. I was reading about this in the Discord, and it does make sense. So you should use this ability to do large selection just with a bit of caution. Something like that. So if I delete, right, and then add it back in, it's not updated yet. So it's just gone down further. Right. Okay, I think that's working. We're now up to 72. Okay, that's much better. So we need to do the other side. This is a bit of a pain to have to do this, but maybe it's just a glitch with the. I don't know whether this always happens when you do this with swapping voxel. I mean, if you're just doing it for aesthetics, you're probably not bothered, because from an aesthetic perspective, no, I haven't adjusted anything on Twitch. Ads should be set to the minimum, because I'm not really bothered about making money off Twitch. I wouldn't be streaming DU if I wanted to do that, that's for sure. Let me just have a look, just make sure they've not reset or anything. I don't even know where this is. Monetization, ads manager, low. Enable to unstream display ads on your channel. I'm not sure. I'd have to have a look at that afterwards, Braveheart. But no, they're set to low. I've not changed anything. Right. I've been trying to watch some Star Citizen streams recently. I want to like get hyped about that game, but I can't at the moment. You know, I love sci-fi. I love these sort. You know, I much prefer it over fantasy. I don't mind fantasy. Don't get me wrong. I watch Lord of the Rings anytime. I played WoW, played Mortal Online 2 as well. That I do dig that, but sci-fi's I really like that sort of setting. And yeah, there's just, and I've done Eve to death. I did, nearly 2 decades of Eve. And there's only like, there was a thing yesterday. When I was watching the Landmark Explorer stream, it was really funny. He was talking about Eve players and how when I think he was having a conversation with his son, and he said, my son was asking me about what was the target audience for DU, and he said, oh well, they were looking at all the money people were spending on Eve, which I guess people paid subs and paid for Plex, and you know, Eve was really, I think, been a massive success. You would call it. If you go back to 2003, and told me it was gonna. I'd have hoped that it would carry on for that long, as it has, and it's been a successful success. But I didn't think it would. And anyway, so he was saying that they were looking at Eve, and you know, the people playing, the amount of people playing, and all the cool stories you hear about it and stuff like that. And I think they wanted to go after that. And then his son came back with a great response, which was, "Well, why did they make a building game?" And I was just like, so I saw that and I was a bit like, oh. You know, because it's true. It's a really fair statement. But ironically, I came from Eve was my jam. Like I say, it's probably like the main game I played. Well, it's the main game I've always played, really. And I'd had a hiatus from Eve for about 6-7 years before I started playing DU. I started playing DU around COVID time, or shortly after COVID, I think it was. And the ironic thing is, the building side of it I'd not really done before in any other game or anything like that. But I cannot go back and play Eve now. I just can't do it. Having played DU, I just can't do it. It's broken Eve for me. And the problem is, there's nothing else. so I'm stuck here in this dying game. But I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say it. But it's true. So yeah, it was really funny. I thought I'd share that that with you. Right, so we'll do this. Yeet. Put it back. Give it a minute. Okay. I think it's sorted now. I think cutting it in half actually did it all. So we don't have any Inconel and we don't have any ALLI. So up to 73.1 mil CCS. Right, well, that's true actually, Braveheart. There is that. There is Space Engineers and what's the other one called? EG Imperium. However you pronounce it. Yeah, that's true actually. So I guess there is that. And actually Space Engineers they've announced the second one, haven't they? So yeah, I guess there's that. I do have some more alternatives, but I'm liking this at the moment. I mean, this is obsessed with it right now. In terms of stuff to do in it. Right. Okay, so we've got. I actually need to keep it cut in half actually, because I need to do the engines, and the only way I can do that. I don't know. Okay. Plus. Okay. It is in half, isn't it? Yes. Okay. Right. So we're going to use the mod for this. Oh, well, we need to go and get the engines firstly. So the only problem with doing this is it will obviously increase the cost of the ship. So it's no longer, it's a bit more of an expensive toy really now. Well, I'd say toy. Well, yeah, it is really. They're all toys. Right, so I'm going to use the mod manager. We're just going to, which if you've not, I think I showed this on the stream the other day with the cargo containers, but we'll do it with the engines now. So select this one, select element, yes. So remove. Oh, we just eat this. Yeah. And then we need to do the same for the other two. This side. I'm going to do it with all of them because I mean, by the time you're spending money on, because I've got some larges in there as well. But by the time you're spending money on extra large engines, you might as well go at the rare extra large. You might as well go whole hog and get the larges as well. Right, maybe it's a phone thing then. Yeah, interesting that. I'll have a look. I'll see if there's anything I can do about it. Because, as I say, I'm just not interested in the ads at all. Right, so we've got this one to do. Okay, do the large engines now. Should just stick all these in a line, shouldn't I? Okay, so we've got the connected to the fuel. I just need to swap their position. select this one. That one. Spent the days and stuff. Yeah, that I know, but don't you feel like you had a productive meeting though? Now, yeah. Hope my boss isn't watching. I don't do that sort of stuff when I'm working. That one's at the back, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. That's half of them done. We're getting there. We're getting there. The struggle is real. Well, it does make a difference when you are the boss. Okay, so now we just need to put the voxel back on. And we see a fueler, a filler with ammo, and scrap. And see how she does. Be interesting to see how much we get. Oh, I need to boost her as well. I think probably not got the bottom voxel yet. She looks like a dissected fish. Oh yeah, I know the whole weapons wrapping thing. I'm so glad Volt told us about that. Oh, so it's missing. Missed the voxel. Missed the front there. Does seem broken though, doesn't it? Just being able to like fully enclose a weapon in voxel and it still work, or any element like radars as well. I mean, I'll do it. I'll do it if everyone else is doing it. But, yeah. I was looking at. I saw some ships out in Talamai Market, and I think they had similar as well, because you couldn't see anything actually. They look pretty cool though. I've definitely got the furthest voxel I can. That's making me nervous. I don't know why it's done that. So we're not boosted yet, and we don't have fuel in or ammo. But it's 6.91, but that's because the engines aren't boosted. So I'll log me all in. Yeah, I told my boss yesterday to get. Oh, sorry, don't know why it does that, but the chat on OBS just shrunk. Yeah, I told the boss yesterday to get the hoovering done. I've just finished the dishes. Guess what my next job is? Yeah, get the Dyson out. Put a bit of shaking back down as well while you're at it. Phew. Is that still a thing, shaking back? Tanks are boosted. That's good. Oh, I need to go get some. Yeah, I really need to sort the interior out. I'm gonna fly that thing. Actually, I need my carpet removing, so maybe I should use it. I need an excuse to get rid of the carpet. I hate it. No, front room. Let's boost it. $9.99G. So it's like, so by switching to rares, it's gone up by half a G, which not worth it. That really surprised me, actually. I thought I was going to get a bit more out of it, but yeah. I'm just going to have a quick look actually at something. Just make sure. I did put rares in, yeah. Definitely put rares in. So, from going from tier 3 to 4, I've gained about 11 million CCS and half a G. So I think I don't think it's cost effective. I think you get diminishing returns the more money you spend. I was already using rare weapons. Well, apart from the point defense. the defensive lasers are only advanced because I didn't want to add too much extra weight, but yeah, not. I don't think it's worth it, but I'll keep it around because it looks for the novelty. Be a nice loot pinata for someone when they blow me up in it. Yeah, so this has 19.28 and 62.6 mil. And the do I know that? Yeah, it is interesting to know that actually, very well. So the other thing I could do around engines, which I think is play around with like not using saves, like start spending a bit more thought on it. But for the now, for now, I'll probably just keep it as it is, because I've got the next project I want to work on is well, there's too many projects to be fair. But I need to go back to the M Core, because we were in engagement. I say engagement. We had contact the other day when we were out doing PvE, and the other ships were just all M cores and they just flew off. So, yeah, I think we need to mix it up from. You need a good fleet composition, I think, which is good, which is exactly what I think the PvE balance, the PvP rebalance was intended to do, was to, you know, make sure that it's not, you just don't just fly around and gold bricks and that's it. Yeah. So it's good, but it does also mean there's work to do, a lot of work to get to that point. Right. It's my ult just chilling. I might bring him in. So might as well, we'll take her out for a weapons test. Get me ult up here. He can do some gunning. Just want to make sure everything's not, there's no surprises and that she's fully functional. I think I've got warp cells on me. I don't need that many cells. Add another 400 in. Scrap. I'm not going to find any scrap in my warp cell container. Let's add 500. Let's add 200. Some core units. So I'm sticking core units in there just for the purpose of, you know, if I destroy another ship and I want to loot it. Also, if you get killed by the NPCs, I mean, if another player gets you, they're probably going to take your ship. But if you get killed by the NPCs, you can, if you wait a bit, you just recall your ship and the NPCs will despawn. So, and providing someone doesn't come along and steal your ship in the meantime. There are some filthy space pirates on the island. Also, I've been told. Something like that in. Emergency scrap. Let's just check. We do have an obstruction. What percentage is it? That's annoying. I know we have an obstruction on an adjuster somewhere, but I'm not bothered about that. It's one adjuster. This one here. %. That's fine. I'll lose sleep over that one. Okay, get my alt. Use the res node. Set as the container. Didn't put warp cells in it. Just as a hit set as link container. Now, before we set off, advanced, take manual snapshot. Okay. Weird. Trying to enable my shield that's doing auto level. Maybe I need to reapply the scripts on this. You think it's because I'm still near the planet? Okay. There we go. Yeah, I think you might have been right. Let's get our ammo in. Right. So, for a weapons test, I'm going to go to a tier 1 first, because I want to make sure everything just works. And then we'll go and do some tier 4s. On it. To get a bit of loot. Maybe get blown up, who knows. Whack. The hell? Interesting. Okay. Oh yeah. Well, I usually have re-disable when I'm at my base because it just makes building stuff annoying, so I usually have to check that. So we'll do a weapon test, we'll do some tier 4s, and then we're going to have to check out the indie missions. I want to spend a bit of time looking at that. I say that, and they're thinking, what time are we now? 20 to 11. I'll probably blink and it'll be like 2 PM or something. I'm thinking, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, that'll take us up to about 12, but like 2 PM or something. It just takes so long to do anything. And that seems to be not just applicable to this game, but just to life in general these days. I'm slowing down. If you're not aware, there's a cool little feature, TT 39. So I put 39 in, it tells me I've got 2 minutes to go in this screen here. So all I typed for that was TT and then the number of SUs that I've got to go. So it's just handy if you need to work out whether you can go make a coffee or get a drink or something like that while you're in Super Cruise, or even just traveling somewhere using conventional means. It's a nice little feature, Foxhood. One minute to go, warm the digits up. So let's say do the level 1 first. I'd always recommend if you're going out the ship. Well, actually, the safest thing to do is probably, if you want to do a weapons test, is go out to the PvP zone. Like, go out on the edge, just out of here somewhere slightly. Drop a core unit down and shoot that, and then you can always run back if someone comes along. The likelihood of that happening is pretty slim. But what I'm doing is I'm just going to a level 1 pirate, and I'm gonna just shoot that just to make sure everything's functioning. Crimson Raider. Oh, just while I think on my shield, setting it to resistance equalize. So I've just typed A in there. So we've got a new contact, the Crimson Raider. Let's get ready to lock him.
You are under attack.
Oh, you filthy bugger, you.
Warp sequence completed. Identifying target. Passengers released.
Let's get some engines going. I mean, if nothing worked, I could get back to the safe zone probably by the time took me down. So if like none of my weapons worked or something like that, so that's why in my head I'm like, yeah, I can just do this.
Target identification complete.
Get a bit of speed up. To check my alt seat's working as well, but he's not seeing him on radar. Oh, spinning. There we go, my alt's seeing him now. That's interesting. So sometimes you have to hop in and out of the seat if you're just in the gunner chair. Let's bear that in mind. So we're going to start firing because I'm just interested in weapons tests. It's probably a bit soon to start firing. But there we go, we see the weapons firing out of our little orange boxes. Yeah, I think that would be cool if I did some sort of design similar to what was on them Cardassian ships. That would look alright on them gun pods. Not just for this ship, but for all my ships. Make sure the mediums are firing. They are. I mean, the mediums would not have a problem anyway. Shouldn't have a problem anyway, I should say. This thing won't last very long. Ah, there we go.
Identification cancelled. Reloading.
Okay, so I'm happy with that. So time to go to Felly. Once we're out of combat lock. Right, while that's doing it, I'm just going to have a quick bio. So I'll be right back. I'm back, folks, by the way. So just waiting on the cooldown there. Right, need to see. Why is Nightbot not working? New timer. Yeah, if you want to, I can solo level 4s, but it's just we're on stream, so just bear that in mind. We could die quite easily. Anyone could just come out and you know, do the dirty on us. Content, it is. Content. What did I do with my vape? Okay, let's walk to Felly. And then we've got to go to an actual pirate. What's in my pocket? We then need to go to an actual pirate location after that. Well, I'm not sure if I did lose this Mark III, whether I'd even bother reprinting one, because I think if you're gonna go, if you're gonna use this expensive voxel and stuff like that, I think I could do a better job in terms of element composition and stuff like that. Maybe save that for the M cores. Or the S cores, whatever, not for. But I do need to go back to some of the smaller ship sizes and have a look at them.
Warp sequence completed.
Okay, let's check out this one. It's working now. Wasn't working before that. Okay, another cooldown, and then we're good to go. I'll tell you what we will do. Change the music a bit. And we'll turn up the music a little bit as well.